Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He may talk confidently about going far in life and he has the energy to push forward, but it's not guaranteed he'll reach great heights. He works hard and is very forceful, which can get quick results, but his lack of planning and poor people skills often create problems with colleagues or bosses. He's more likely to jump from one thing to another than build steady long term achievements.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to explode than quietly handle the problem. He'll get angry quickly, maybe yell or blame others, and will insist his way is right. He doesn't run away from trouble, but his reaction can make the situation messier.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will find him hard to get along with. He's quick to speak his mind and wants things his way, so arguments are common. Instead of building friendships, he will often be in the middle of conflicts.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he's more likely to see it as a competition than something to be proud of. He may not show much happiness for you and might make sharp comments or try to show that his way is better. Don't expect warm support or understanding. Instead, there may be arguments or hurtful words.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will most likely feel resentful and insecure about it. Instead of quietly supporting you, he might argue, make jokes at your expense, or act grumpy when money comes up. He wants to be in control, so seeing you do better can hurt his pride.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He works hard to earn money, but he's not really careful with how he uses it. Planning ahead or saving isn't his style. Instead, he's more likely to spend on things he wants right away or make quick decisions without thinking them through. If you ask him to follow a budget, he may get annoyed or ignore it.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's likely to spend money to show off or prove a point, even if it means stretching beyond what he can actually afford. If he wants something, He'll go after it without worrying much about the price or future consequences. If asked about expenses, he could get defensive or brush off concerns.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's not really open handed or gentle in how he treats people or handles money. Kind gestures aren't his habit, and if someone needs help, he might not notice or care. If you're hoping for thoughtful, giving support, you might often be disappointed by his self focused way of living.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's more likely to be controlling and secretive about money than open and honest. If you ask questions about spending, he might get irritated, avoid answering, or say it's not your concern. This can lead to confusion, disagreements, and you feeling left out of important decisions.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to think that housework is mainly your job, not something that should be shared. If you ask for help, he may brush it off or say you're supposed to handle it. If you push for fairness, expect arguments or stubbornness instead of real change.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's not likely to roll up his sleeves and actually do chores or change diapers himself. Instead, he might stand nearby, give instructions, or criticize how you're doing things, acting more like a boss than a teammate. This can make you feel like you're carrying the load alone, with little real support from him.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's mostly interested in proving that he's right, not in understanding your side. When you share your feelings or concerns, he's quick to argue or dismiss what you're saying instead of listening. Even when you just want a little care or support, he turns it into a debate.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he often loses control and says hurtful things or acts in a rough, aggressive manner. You may hear yelling, cruel jokes, or sharp remarks that can really sting. Sometimes his behavior might even feel threatening or make you worry about your safety.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is a man who gets angry very quickly, sometimes over small things. He doesn't stop to think before he reacts and often lets his temper take control. A life filled with fear or tension isn't what you deserve, no matter what others say.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry or admit when he's wrong. If something goes wrong, he's much more likely to blame you or others instead of taking responsibility. He may argue, make excuses, or twist the story to avoid feeling at fault.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not someone who easily respects boundaries and may struggle to accept that no means no. If you say stop or ask for space, he might push back, argue, or ignore your wishes. Instead of caring about your comfort, he tends to insist on getting his way, even when you're clearly uncomfortable. Your comfort and safety must always come first.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding your feelings or giving you space, he might get upset, make harsh comments, or try to guilt you for saying no. This can make you feel pressured or anxious whenever you don't want closeness.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, it's hard to trust that private moments will stay safe and respected. If you ever have a disagreement, he may use things you shared in confidence to tease, embarrass, or hurt you. This can make you feel exposed and anxious about opening up.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's not someone who can be easily trusted to stay faithful. Because he tends to focus on his own wants and doesn't give much importance to emotional connection, he may be tempted to seek attention elsewhere if he feels bored or dissatisfied. This can leave you feeling insecure and let down.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive and controlling. You may find him acting jealous if you talk to other men, checking on where you go, or even questioning your friends and choices. This kind of behavior comes from his own insecurities but it can make your life feel very small and stressful.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like protective behavior is really a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's caring for you, but in reality, he wants to decide where you go, who you talk to, and what you do. True caring should give you freedom and comfort, not fear or limitation.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's unlikely to see parenting as a team effort. Instead, he will expect you to do most of the work with the kids, from daily care to dealing with problems. He may step in just to lay down rules, not to comfort or guide the children with patience.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will most likely lose his temper rather than stay calm. He tends to react quickly with anger and may yell, make harsh comments, or punish them without listening to their side. Calm and patient parenting is important for a child's happiness, but with him, anger usually takes over.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to manage the home and children, he's not interested in helping you grow or pursue your own dreams. You deserve to be seen and valued for all that you are, not just as someone fulfilling his expectations at home.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may seem supportive of your career at first, but later ask you to quit once there's a child in the picture. His approach is more about control than true support. So, as life changes, he's likely to expect you to give up your own work and focus just on the family. Promises of encouragement can fade, and he may insist it's your duty to stay home, while his own career remains a priority.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is unlikely to treat your parents with real warmth. Instead, he will probably just act polite on the surface, showing basic manners when needed, but avoiding genuine care or friendly connection. If there are disagreements or they ask for help, he may get impatient or speak sharply. He will expect your family to adjust to his way of doing things, not the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will most likely make things worse instead of handling it calmly. He tends to lose his temper and react sharply, saying hurtful things or picking fights. You'll probably find yourself caught between two sides, with stress piling up rather than easing.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely the kind of man who acts modern with you in private, but expects you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. When family is around, he may want you to dress, speak, and behave according to old customs, even if he doesn't follow them himself. If you try to express yourself or act differently, he could get upset or ask you to adjust for the sake of family respect.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's likely to stay out of it or even side with his family instead of supporting you. He won't want to get involved or stand up for you if it means disagreeing with his relatives. When you need someone on your side, he'll often choose comfort and control over loyalty.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
Yes, he's likely to be a mummy's boy and often put his mother's wishes above yours. When there's a conflict, he will rarely take your side or defend you. This means you might always be second, struggling to have your voice heard in the household.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he's likely to share every detail of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. This means your personal moments won't stay between you two, and relatives may get involved, judge, or criticize you based on what they hear. It can make you feel exposed and unsafe, unable to trust that your feelings will be respected or kept private.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, After all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man will feel like walking on eggshells every day. You'll deal with his quick temper, loud arguments, and constant need to control everything from decisions at home to how you spend your money or time.